Thank you, Mr Speaker. And can I welcome the Government's interest and recognition of the importance of Royal Leamington Spa to be a recipient of potentially £10 million. As an important sub-regional shopping centre, it is a vital part of the region's economy and quality of life. So let me praise the Council officers, Warwick District Council, for the quality of their original submission and the work they've done since in refining the proposals against a reduced contribution proposed by the Government. That said, £10 million is a sound amount for them to work with, and I hope we can do much to address the issue of air quality in the town, highlighted by the World Health Organization as an issue, while revitalising the commercial centre more widely. However, let me just cut to the chase. The past decade, we've seen the Government cut £15 billion from local authorities across the UK, yet hand back just £3.6 billion to some towns which it invited to bid for monies. Members will know that back in October, I questioned the Prime Minister. Did I have the guts, he asked me, about how it could be that the Secretary of State could approve tens of millions of pounds for his minister and his constituency of Darwin, while that minister could return the favour and approve tens of millions of pounds for the Secretary of State's constituency town of Newark. Beyond belief. But how were the 101 towns selected in the first instance? Surely, if the Government was honest in its claims to level up, it would have allocated the monies to the most deprived communities across England. But it hasn't. In the past year, we've heard many cases of the Government using algorithms, or more often, malgorithms. But this is back of a fag packet ithem. Whilst HCLG officials may have recommended the Government did one thing, namely allocate funds to the most deserving communities, instead the Secretary of State and ministers allocated monies to towns that were in the lowest priority category. It's worth noting also that the Government chose to allocate by region, not need, so the North and the Midlands were disadvantaged by its political ploys. How else could Bournemouth benefit, but shockingly South Shields be left off? Both seaside towns, and I think I know which needs more the funding. In fact, it's something Harry Redknapp would have appreciated more than most. I won't even go into Cheadle. While Big Ben no longer bongs, this Government bungs, and it's doing it on an industrial scale, Mr Deputy Speaker. A simple analysis of those towns that have received monies underlines the political tactics laid bare. Certainly the timing of its announcement in the last few weeks before the last general election might give us a clue. Carefully targeted to marginal seats. Interestingly, the impartial Cross-Party Public Accounts Committee, in their investigation, concluded that the selection process was not impartial. And in taking evidence from Christopher Hanratty, a professor of politics at Royal Holloway, he said the process by which towns were invited to bid for money from the Towns Fund was driven by party political electoral advantage, riding roughshod over any pretence to be levelling up this country. Any Section 151 officer in a council would be sacked if they acted like this. Mr Deputy Speaker, any impartial observer will see this for what it is. Certainly the public do. It is grubby government of the worst order.